Hi there, we're Pat and Grace Donnelly, and Pat has Parkinson's. He has had Parkinson's since about 2012, so about 8 years. We are both retired. I've been retired for 7, 8 years. We don't have any family, and we like to try to keep ourselves busy. Before that, after the initial diagnosis, I think we were maybe a wee bit shocked, but we wanted to try to stay positive. So we tried to find the best things to do and find out as much as we could about Parkinson's. And we've got a good consultant who helped us with that too. But then we realised that exercise was really important. So we set about trying to find out how we could source that in the best way. And we, I think, first of all, found out about Scottish Ballet and the Dance for Parkinson's class and went to that. Also got involved with the NHS, which at the time was really good. Pat went to a neurophysio in the NHS for 2 different periods of time, and also to a general exercise class, which didn't really fit so much. But the only issue we had at that stage with NHS was it wasn't regular enough for us. It was blocks of treatment and then a great big gap. But we wanted to try to find something that was a bit more continuous. What we did was we started looking and trying to research a neurophysio, probably privately, because we realised NHS wasn't really going to suit, although the treatment was good. And we found Fraser's website at that stage, a couple of other people too, and read up a wee bit about it and started phoning around a little bit. And we were really keen to speak to Fraser and to see him because he offered to come to our home to do some treatment, which saved us trying to find out where could we go and how did we get there, and parking and all the usual restrictions. Although we don't mind travelling around, sometimes depending where it is, it can be quite difficult. So it was good that Fraser offered to come to our home.
Working with Fraser is a very good outcome. Regular sessions, lots of encouragement, and pushing to do more. Able to discuss specific problems and target exercises to suit.
Yeah.
Fraser is very positive and encouraging in his approach and understands Parkinson's symptoms and issues.
Yeah. Fraser's been really adaptable. It's good because it depends what the situation is at that point in time, and it's also an exercise program that Pat tries to follow during the period when we're not seeing Fraser. We tend to see him maybe once a fortnight, but there's a program that you can progressively add to and hopefully do something with every day or every other day, which has been really helpful. But the good thing, for me watching it is that it's really being focused on what the issues are at that point in time. So it's really good to have that complete flexibility of approach in a very professional way. Fraser will sort of assess the situation and then make his own judgment on what would be best to concentrate on during that session or for that little while after that. So that's what we feel has really, really been helpful. And he's just so professional in his approach and so positive. But he's been very kind to us. It's been really good to work with him. The continuity probably of the sessions is really good. And the fact that, the treatment, he's very considerate to the individual in tailoring it to an individual depending on the circumstance. And probably the real professional support with that, because the other thing I think we quite like about it is Fraser understands the wider aspects of Parkinson's and is able to relate to the issues that Pat has as to what's happening from a Parkinson's point of view, and then explain why the exercise would help, which we found useful in that too, the explanation. Yeah. What I would say to them is that Fraser has a really unique approach and that he's completely flexible in what he does. But in doing that and being able to enjoy the exercise, he also is very professional with that too. And I suppose the other good thing is that whatever you do, try to do, he'll always be encouraging, but he always pushes for that little bit more. He always demands more. You know, which has been helpful. That's what he really needs to do.
If I recommend Fraser to other people?
Yeah, we would really recommend Fraser to other people. The other thing probably worth mentioning is if anyone was thinking of speaking to Fraser and he wanted to speak to us, we wouldn't mind, you know, if people wanted to have a wee word with us, you know, to give a recommendation.